My name is Patrick Awuah. I'm the founder and president of Ashesi University, based in Ghana. And I want to welcome you all to ADIS 2023. It's a real pleasure to join you at this convening. My journey with Ashesi began many years ago. Ashesi just turned 20 years last year. We're in our 21st year, so it's been a long journey. But I would say that my journey with Ashesi began even before this university started. It began with my own journey from Ghana to the United States to study engineering and economics, and then to go on to work at Microsoft Corporation as a program manager. While I was there at Microsoft, my son was born, my first child, and that caused me to rethink everything about my priorities in my career, and it caused me to rethink what role I should be playing on the African continent for the sake of future generations. The answer that I came up with was to get engaged with education, to get engaged with educating the future leaders of this continent, who would be not just leaders, but who would be good citizens, who would be lifelong learners, who would care, who would have compassion, and have the capability to make significant change on this continent. Now, when I started this project, my first instinct, actually before I started the project, was really thinking about whether I could be successful at this. You know, it's one thing working in an engineering company in the United States, earning a good living for my family, being competent at what I was doing. It was another thing in my mind to leave a comfortable life in Seattle, return to Accra to establish a new institution. And it may be that many of you are thinking about that. We all in the diaspora care deeply about the African continent. We all think about how we might contribute. Well, I'm here to tell you that the diaspora, Africa's diaspora, can be a tremendous source of strength for this continent. Each one of you who is participating in this convening is a resource or can be a resource for the African continent. And I urge you to not think about an either or in terms of what you will do. Should you stay outside the continent or should you return? There's a whole spectrum of things that you can do. You can do as I did and return completely with your family, engage in something that you're passionate about that adds value to the continent. You can remain where you are but stay engaged. You can mentor young people here. You can invest in the African continent. You can bring all the people in your network to engage with Africa in trade, in investment, in education, in healthcare. The boundaries are beyond the horizon. And I urge you, wherever you are, to really think about what you can do to make a contribution to the African continent. In the next 30 years, the population of Africa is going to more than double to 2.5 billion people. About 40% of working age people in the world will be African. 25% of the world's population will be African. The future is here. And that future can be a very bright one if we all are engaged, including all of us in the diaspora. So thank you for your interest, for even attending this convening. And I urge you, moving forward in the days and years to come, to connect with each other, to connect with your colleagues who are already here on the African continent, and really engage in making the future of Africa a much better one than it is today. Welcome again, and thank you very much.